What's up, everyone? It's your boy Circus. So I'm going to be doing my Peacemaker season 2, episode 2 review. James Gunn being James Gunn. I'm sorry, DC. I'm sorry. Hopefully you find out sooner or later he is not a good fit for the DC universe. I would rather had Matt Reeves take it over. Yeah, I don't know. This episode, to me, I told you I'm probably going to give you three. I was sitting there so bored, and the comedy in this just does not land. James Gunn's he's got some funny stuff sometimes, but more often than not, it just doesn't land. So, like Tim Meadows' character in it, I kind of the only movie that I liked him in was Mean Girls as the principal. Other than that, I don't find this guy funny. And there's a scene in there when he's talking to who's the surveillance guy? I always forget his name. And they're in there. There was one funny part when they're talking about that, yeah, I know somebody on the inside out of Bayou and Peacemaker. Chris. It's Chris, right? We're talking about, yeah, I know somebody on the inside. And they're both just sitting there kind of awkward and like, is that you? But this whole thing when he sees out of body, he's like, yeah, I want to tap that. I'm going to tap that ass. Yeah, I'm going to tap that ass. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy is terrible. Like, I don't think this show knows what it's doing, or I don't think they know what they're doing with Peacemaker at all. First of all, he's not a big comic book superhero. He's not even a superhero. He's basically a friggin' sociopath. Like, like it's crazy in the show. And I don't know with this tough girl thing with hardcore. I'm so hardcore because her name's hardcore, and he's got to make his wife so hardcore. She's tough as nails, and poor little lady in the supermarket is just saying, you know what I mean? I get it. She kept going and got annoying. She could have just walked. It was just like it's like she's screaming testosterone. Like, I don't know what James Gunn's doing, but let me get back to the banter between Tim Meadows and the surveillance. I'm just going to keep saying, totally not in on the show, people. I'm sorry, but it's just not. The first season I loved this. He just James Gunn just likes being James Gunn, and and I knew it too. I was like, I guarantee they're going to show somewhere in this episode. There's going to be some like full frontal, like which is it's okay. Game of Thrones does it all the time. I get it, but they do it appropriately. Um, yeah, I knew that the orgy was still there, so he just had to remind you of the first. Remember the orgy? Remember the orgy? You remember the orgy, right? Yeah, there was the orgy, so I got to show it. No, they still had an orgy. It was real. This guy, man, this guy. There was a cool scene with Adebayo when they're talking together and everything. And Adebayo and even like Vigilante was funny until. And what is up with him mutilating? He has to mutilate everything. Like I'm a horror guy. I love horror movies. But in this episode, when they're starting, I'm like this, and they're dropping the head. And, oh look, I'm dropping the head. See, for effect, dude. James Gunn he's. There's something wrong with this guy, man. He's not going to save DC. He's not. I see in a couple more probably like I hope it doesn't go the Kathleen Kennedy route where he stays there for like 30 damn years because DC is going to be done. Marvel's trying to make at least they trying to figure out ways to make their comeback. I don't know what this show is doing. It's all over the place. Like I mean, when they were party on the roof and all the band was back together, that was cool and they were all talking together. You know, you had the it's all over the place. I don't think it knows what it wants to be. I don't think James Gunn knows what he's doing, to be honest with you. And then so there's so the I got to keep going back to this because Tim Meadows, I want him out of the show. I don't find him funny, and the little things that I find funny in the show, he seemed to ruin in this episode. You know, and right now, I think the coolest person in the show that I want to know about, that I'd rather know about than Peacemaker, is the alien that comes out of the pocket dimension. I want to know why he burns that rodent or rat every day. Why he burns one. I want to know about him. Can we go over there? That sounds more interesting. Or can we, like you set up in the first episode, get Chris or Peacemaker to be back with his family in the other? Because I want to see how that universe is, how it's different. That maybe they're building up. That's why I'll give it a little bit, maybe 3 or 4. I'll see if they go there and it gets more interesting. But I do want to know about that alien guy. Seems pretty cool. Seems like he can break dance too. He has some dance moves in the opening routine. Yeah, because James Gunn always has to do that. Like everything's has to be funny. But not funny. So yeah, you got the body mutilation scene, and they make it super long because they want to make sure you see every cut going and everything. Because James Gunn loves all that body. I said manipulation, body mutilation. He loves it, and he wants to know that he wants everybody to know that his wife in the show is a badass. Yo, what a joke! This season, it's only 2 episodes in, and I'm hating it. Like I was dozing off a little bit. Like I didn't miss anything, but it was so boring. I do not like some of the new characters. Like, well, the one I just Tim Meadows, like, so painful. So you got the pocket dimension, see all that, and he explains that you know what I mean, he's never really walked around. So there's other stuff. I mean, but that has me puzzled. Like none of the other people from the other in the pocket dimension that have doors have gone anywhere. And then like they've never knocked on a door and they've never met or anything like that or walked around. I don't know. So if I saw an alien like that come out of a doorway and we're like cool, we say I'd eventually like move on. I'd probably go talk to him like, yo, bro, I know you can't understand me. Is there any way we can figure this stuff out? Have you been over there? Have you been over there? I don't know. But yeah. So all those years he's only walked around his area and lets eagerly fly. Okay, cool. Whatever. So yeah, that's I mean, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So didn't they say in the first episode that Rick Flag Sr. knows that Rick Flag Jr. was killed by Peacemaker? And all of a sudden, this is all spoilers. Sorry, I should have told you in the beginning. Spoilers. But and then all of a sudden he asked for the files because he's the head of the bureau now and he's taking over. And then he finds out and he's reading, he's going through it, and it's like, I like Frank Grillo, but it was like, to me, it kind of feels like he's just there to get the paycheck. I don't think he's all in on Rick Flag Sr. I don't, because I've seen way better acting from him. And then he's like, and then he reasons, he's like, no, like, and they have the camera go on and like make sure you can see all the pain and agony and all that, and James Gunn ain't it, bro. Ain't it? Hopefully, Lanterns is good because apparently he doesn't have anything to do with it. He just put his name like producer and all that. Thank God, please. But yeah, I don't know. This show is this show is something else, man. I don't know. Maybe y'all like it. Like I like corny humor and stuff like that, but when it's just like you're just sitting there like, what? Wait, I don't understand. That's not funny to me. Like, was it funny to anybody? Like, but then the episode ends off, and yeah, this is gonna be a rough one, guys. All right, I'll do 3. If they get good, if they go back to his family and the other his multiverse that they got going on, then I'll be like, I want to see that part, and then it may leave me hooked for another. But I know James Gunn's gonna ruin it. He's gonna find a way, and he's probably gonna put an orgy scene in there too. So expect more orgy scenes. That's what he likes. What a weirdo. But anyway, that's all I got. Good luck, DC. Good luck with James Gunn Kennedy. Yeah. I don't know why the two of them didn't get married. James Gunn and Kathleen Kennedy. Could you imagine that? That'd be like a ticking time bomb. Oh my gosh. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone. Everyone!